Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I wanted to go ahead and today and do a get ready with me using all the products that I purchased, or not purchased, that I used in the Makeup Basket Monday series this week. I'm a little flustered right now because I filmed this whole video and it was like 27 minutes long, so you probably see a little bit of mascara left on my eyes. But that's because I filmed the whole thing and then I went to go check it, and guess what? There was no sound to any of it. So the whole footage was no good. So I had to remove all of my makeup. So now we're going to do another get ready with me. Hopefully I can get through it a little bit faster this time. That way there I'm not taking up an entire hour of my day just trying to film one get ready with me. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and prime my face. I'm going to use the Sephora Beauty Amplifier. This stuff is really good. It reminds me a little bit of the Becca, the backlight. That sounded awesome. The Becca backlight is what it reminds me of. I really like the way it looks on my skin. It makes my skin look very luminous. So if you have dry skin like I do, and you know that your skin sometimes can look a little bit drab, a little bit dull, this really helps to make it look a little bit more luminous and lively, and like you have, I don't know, it makes my face look like it has some sort of life to it or something, if that makes sense. You can probably see a difference already. I mean, like my forehead doesn't have it and then the rest of my face does. And I can see a difference. Honestly, I see a big difference. But that's why it reminds me of the Becca, because I think the Becca does a similar thing. And I think you can mix this one with your foundation as well. So if you wanted to mix it with your foundation, you could do that if you didn't want to just put it straight on your face. I'm just going to put it straight on because it feels good. It smells good. It's got a very light, almost soapy scent. It smells good. So there, the primer is on. And like I said, you can still see a little bit of makeup left over, a little bit of residue. So now I'm going to go ahead and start with my foundation. Today I'm using the Estee Lauder. This is the double wear. This is the one in the little compact. I really do like this. I like how it works. I think it works really well. All you do is push this little button here and then your foundation comes out, and then you can either use a brush or you can use a sponge or you can use your fingers, whichever you choose. I'm going to start just applying it with my fingers. I'm going to focus it mostly in the places where I have a lot of pigmentation issues, and then I'm going to blend it in with a brush. I have the little crown brush. This came in my BoxyCharm this month, so I'm going to use that to apply my foundation with. I'm going to grab a little cloth back here so I can wipe my fingers off. Just make sure if you're putting your foundation on with your fingers, your hands are clean. I mean, that's probably pretty obvious, right? I like this foundation though. I think it works really well, and it has pretty good coverage. And it's very long lasting. I wear this a lot this week and I really like it. It doesn't accentuate my dryness. I think it could be used for a lot of skin types. I don't think that it's like one of those, just, it's not a demi matte. I'm not even sure what the finish is. I just feel like it could work for a lot of different skin types because it doesn't dry down. It doesn't really leave you oily. It's just really, really nice. The one thing I did notice is that, of course, it accentuates my my wrinkles right in here. I have like a hair on my face, I feel it. So just to quickly apply that. And you could leave it as one thin layer like this, which looks pretty good. But I'm going to go back over it again really quick. I think it's on the brush, there's a hair. Oh gosh, I hate hair on my face. You guys probably know that now too. That's like one of my pet peeves. No hairs. So now I'm going to push this again, and I'm just going to dab it in the places where I know that I need a little bit more coverage. It's mostly my cheeks. That's where I end up having so much hyperpigmentation. And then around my nose. I always end up forgetting there for some reason. That one little pump, man, it goes pretty far. It'd be perfect for traveling with too because it's so compact and everything, so that'd be great to travel with. This brush is really nice. I was surprised. I like the brush as much as I do. It's very, very soft. It's a little small for a face brush, but it works. So there it is on my skin. I'm gonna zoom you guys in pretty close so you can see what it looks like on my face, so that we're there just in case you were curious how this foundation works on dry skin, acne prone skin, acne scarred skin, however you want, aging skin. Trying to think of all the things that are wrong with my skin, or not really wrong, but all the situations with my skin. So here we go. I'm going to zoom you in just a little bit so you can see. This is what it looks like on my face. I think it looks pretty good, honestly. I really like the wear of it. And then, like I said, up here is where it's going to, it'll settle just a little bit there, but nothing really bad. So I'm not bothered by it. Now I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids using my matte Painterly paint pot, which hopefully I didn't lose it. Here it is. Love this product. You guys know this is my holy grail. So I'm just going to prime my eyelids. I'm going to do pretty thick coverage on my eyelids because I do have some pretty good discoloration going on. I think that's called lack of sleep. I do not sleep very well. So I wanted to, in the other video, I was updating you guys about Molly and about how things went for her and everything. So Molly is doing a lot better now. She got very, very sick on Wednesday of last week or Thursday. I don't remember which day now. It's like all a blur now. She got very sick and I had to take her to the vet and they had to give her an IV of some fluids and stuff. And then they had to give her some medicine to keep her from getting sick, like vomiting, because she had vomited so many times in a row. So they gave her that medicine, and then after they did that, I felt like she started to feel a lot better, but then she went downhill. Like all of a sudden it was like everything got worse, and then she was just, she could barely pick her head up. It was awful. It was really bad. I don't think I've cried so much in a long time because I kept crying thinking that we were going to lose her. So she slept in our bed that night because I wanted to make sure that we were able to keep an eye on her, and I kept getting up throughout the night checking on her, and she kind of just laid there. She didn't really do much. And then the next day, she was still pretty rough the next day, and then I just kept trying to get her to drink mostly. I mean, if she didn't eat a whole lot, I wasn't really worried about that. I know that's how it is for humans anyway. When you're sick, it's more important that you keep yourself hydrated. But she did eventually eat a little bit of this food that they had given her. They given her some food that's supposed to be for like a digestive issues. So they gave her that. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys what I was doing. I was using this shade right here in the Nars palette. Now I'm going to be using this shade right here in the Nars palette. Just going to dip in. And I'm going to just start working in the crease. So anyway, they had given her some food that was supposed to be good for dogs that have upset stomach issues. And that really did help, I think, because once she had a little taste of it, at first she wouldn't eat it at all. She wouldn't eat anything, so I had to put it in my hand and then kind of hand feed her. And then once she was hand fed for a couple times, then she started eating it out of her own bowl. But it was a rough couple days for us last week. And then we had a wedding to go to, and I didn't really want to leave her. But I knew she was going to be okay, because by the time that we were getting ready for the wedding, she was back to being mostly herself. She was probably about 90% back to herself. So I felt okay leaving her. Look at this makeup under here. That's what happens when you do 2 get ready with me's in a row. That's great. So I'm going to go back into the shade again and just keep blending this out. This is the best thing you can do for your eye looks, to just keep blending. Honestly, you could just sit here and blend forever and you'd be okay. Well, maybe not, because some shadows you don't want to blend that much because they'll blend away. These do not blend away. They just blend out. And they look very nice. But anyway, so by Saturday when we were heading to the wedding, she was feeling better. So I knew that she would be okay. So anyway, it was just a rough week for us. So hopefully you guys understood when I wasn't answering everybody's questions and comments and things like that on YouTube. I just needed to take time to make sure that she was okay. And then of course we had the family wedding to go to, which we were out of town for. And it just seemed a little hectic there for a little while. Okay, so now into this chocolatey shade right here. And I'm just kind of deepening up the crease, I mean, not the crease, but the outer V. And I'm bringing it in just a tad. If you can see, I'm just kind of like feathering it in. And then going to keep putting in the crease as well. And then do the same thing on the other side. And just keep blending it in. And feather it into the center of my eyelid. So the wedding was very, very nice. It was a very beautiful wedding. She had all this country decor and it was just so pretty. Somebody had made her for her wedding this really awesome piece for everybody to sign. If I have a picture of it, I'll insert it so that way there you can see what it looks like. It just looks gorgeous. I want something like that created for my house for maybe my anniversary coming up, maybe in a couple years or something. I don't know. I just really liked it. I thought it was beautiful. Now I need a flat shader brush and I didn't grab one, so excuse me while I grab one. Hopefully I'm not shaking y'all too much. Okay, I got a flat shader brush here. Oh, I got all of the brushes just in case I forgot any more. After I'd already put all these things away, I need to grab this. And now I'm going to go back into the Nars palette and I'm going to grab this white shade right here. This is like the lightest shade in the palette. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to start placing that starting in the inner portion of my eye and kind of feathering it in as well. Flip sides and make sure that I get it nice and covered. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I've used this palette quite a bit this week. And today, of course, I'm using it twice in a row, so I've definitely got a good feeling for whether or not this is a good palette or if it's not a good palette. Now I'm going to go ahead and use this bronzy shade up here. I love this shade. This shade really brings out the green in my eyes. So I'm just going to tap that on with my brush. You can always wet your brush too to like intensify the color if you wanted to. I think it works perfect without doing all that though. I don't think it's necessary. I know all these shadows in here are pretty, they're not powdery, but they definitely kick up a little bit. They definitely have a little bit of kick up. So there that is. And now I'm just going to kind of blend this all out just to make sure that it looks nice and even. I'm going to find my blender brush and clean it off on my little cloth here. I can't find my color switch. I have no idea what I've done with my color switch. So anyway, I would love to know how your week was, if you had a good week or if you had a week that was a little bit crazy like mine too. I'd love to know. Let me know what you did this week. I think I told you guys already that I'm thinking about cutting back my filming schedule just for the summer, and then once school starts back up, then I'll continue back with the more filming and everything like that. But for the summer, I may cut it back some. So I'm thinking right now I'll start by cutting it back maybe 5 days a week. And so definitely I'm going to keep on the Makeup Basket Monday because I know I love doing that, and then that helps me to kind of rotate my makeup better. And then I'm going to definitely keep the Get Ready With Me because I enjoy doing this because it's kind of like chatting with you guys. So now I'm going to go ahead, oops, sorry, that was super noisy. I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Brow Kit and I'm going to do my brows real quick. So here's the little brush that comes with this. So I'm going to go into the first light shade right here. I don't use the wax. I'm not even sure how to use the wax, to be honest with you. But anyway, so Mondays will still be going. So I'm still going to do the Makeup Basket Monday. And then I'm thinking, of course, still Thursdays for the Get Ready With Me. And then Sunday is my sample Sunday. And I definitely am not going to stop that because I love doing sample Sundays because it helps me to remove some of those samples from my collection, find out products that I maybe thought were amazing, and then find out after I've tried them that they're not that amazing, or the opposite. Find some products that I'm like, oh my gosh, I need these in full size now. And it just helps to use those up. Now I'm going to go to the darker side for the tail end of my brow. My brows, I think I told you guys before, they're not really that there's not there, it's just more or less that they're not very pigmented. So this is just more or less putting some color down so you can actually tell that I have brows. So there that is. So now I'm not sure, oops, I went to the wrong color. I need to go to the light side first and do that. Kind of draw my lines in first. And then, like I said, I'm not sure what other videos I may end up doing throughout the week, but I'm gonna kind of, those are the ones you can definitely count on. It's Monday, Thursday, Sunday. And then I'm just gonna have to determine whether I want to do another video on Tuesday or Wednesday or Friday, and then Saturday. So there's 4 more days that I can choose from. I'm just not sure which days I'm gonna upload. So I'm trying to figure that out right now. What I'd like to do is start doing a product a week, like doing a complete review on one product a week. That way there I can give you guys my information on one product that maybe is new or maybe is something that you've been wanting my information on, and then another one could be, I don't know, just like a random video, so that would make the whole 4 for the week. I don't know what I want to do yet. Now I'm going to use my Tarte Maneater. This is the Maneater liner. So if you turn this, I think it like self-sharpens itself inside of here, because every time I open this it's already sharpened. So I'm thinking the sharpener is built into the cap, which is pretty awesome. So now I'm going to take this and I'm just going to tight line a little bit. I tight line like that just because it's easier for me. But I know a lot of people can do it with their eyes open. But me, with my issue with not wanting things near my eye, I definitely can't do it with my eyes open. So there's my tight lining. It's not perfect, but that's okay. Makeup doesn't have to be perfect. It's supposed to be fun. Now I need to finish my brows up, so I'm going to use the Estee Lauder Brow Gel. This I feel like is just kind of like an ordinary brow gel. The only thing unique, not really unique, that's cool about it, I guess, is how small the little wand is. Other than that, I don't really see that it's anything fancy or anything special. So I definitely won't be purchasing a full size of this, just because I feel like you can get things like this at the drugstore that'll do the same thing for a fraction of the price. And that's something else I wanted to know. If you guys want me to start alternating the Makeup Basket Mondays and doing like a high-end makeup basket, not really high-end, well yeah, I guess high-end, and then maybe a drugstore makeup basket, more affordable. So I could do that, like each week one could be high-end, the next week could be more affordable. If you want me to do that, let me know, because I think that's just something that's a good idea too, that way they're not always using one or the other. That way there it's kind of flopping around each week. Okay, so now that's all I'm going to do for all that, and I'm not going to curl my lashes since I already did that a while ago. What I'm going to do is go ahead and put my mascara on. This is the Estee Huge Extreme. You guys know I love this mascara, even though I suck at mascara, so hopefully you guys don't mind my shoddy job of doing mascara. I'd like to start doing collection videos too. I need to get my collection videos done. Like I think I'll start out with perfumes or something like that, and then go all the way through everything, and as I'm doing it, kind of declutter as I go. It probably won't be a whole lot of decluttering, just because I do some of my decluttering in the Makeup Basket Mondays. Unless it's something I know for sure that I absolutely do not like. And then I know you guys wanted more of like a room tour type thing, so I need to figure out how to do that too. This room is actually pretty small. I'm not sure how it looks on camera, but it's actually a pretty small room. But it's got a lot of stuff in it. It's pretty jam-packed. So I tried to put as much as I could in a small space. We want to redo this room this summer, my husband and I, because right now it's a beauty room, and then also behind you guys on this side here is all my scrapbooking stuff, because I've got scrapbooking stuff here. That whole chest of stuff back there is all scrapbooking. So I scrapbook and I do makeup in this room. I haven't done much scrapbooking lately though, honestly, just because it's kind of hard to move around in here, because the room is, like I said, it's pretty close corners. Okay, so there is my mascara. I think that mascara makes such a big difference. It can really help your eye look. Now I'm going to go ahead with my blush. I'm using the Sephora blush palette. This is the one that I used this week. Love this thing. This is absolutely amazing. If you guys were on the fence about getting it, I would say jump on it and get it. So today I'm going to use this shade over here. This is like an orangey shade, and it does have some shimmers into it. So if you don't like shimmers, there are some shimmers and there are some mattes. It looks like there's 4 shimmery shades, not shimmery, but like more satiny shades. So I'm using this one. There's 4 satiny ones, and then there's 2 mattes. So just so you know, just in case you were thinking about getting this. But as you can see, it's nothing that's too extreme or anything like that, so it can blend out into your cheeks and look really nice, and it doesn't accentuate any kind of texture you have on your skin, which is something that I always worry about because I do have textured skin. So if it doesn't accentuate my textured skin, I think it'll be okay. If you're worried. Oops, I forgot to do concealer. How many times do I do that during a Get Ready With Me? I think I always forget concealer. I'm gonna dust a little along my nose, even though I know nobody else probably does that. I think I'm the only person that does that. But that's okay. You don't have to follow like everybody else, right? Be a leader, not a follower. I need to get a highlight brush, so I'm gonna reach over here and grab a highlight brush. Now I need to, what else do I need to do? I'm forgetting something. Oh, concealer. So I need to use the Perricone MD No Concealer Concealer. This stuff is good. It's got like a lightweight coverage, but it smells horrendous. It does not smell good at all. So it smells kind of like tea tree, and I don't like the scent of tea tree. I think it works really well, tea tree does, but I don't love the scent. Oh no, it's really strong. So I'm going to use my beauty blender that I just used, so it's a little bit dirty already, but I just used it. It's not because it's been sitting for a day or something, and I'm using it dry. I like a dry beauty blender for under my eyes, and after I told you guys that the last Get Ready With Me, I had a couple other people tell me they like dry beauty blenders too, which surprised me because everybody else, seems like everybody talks about using a beauty blender wet, and I like it dry better. I think it just works better for, especially for under my eyes. I think it does such a good job that way. So because this is fragrance like that, getting it into your eye will sting a little bit, so just be careful. I don't know what is in there that's causing it that strong of a fragrance. I'm gonna have to look up that because it's pretty strong. So there it is on my eyes, and I think it makes a big difference though. I mean, it definitely has some coverage to it, but I wouldn't say it's like full coverage by any means. So I need to fill in my blush where my concealer decided to take some of it off. Try to make my cheeks look a little bit more higher up, a little more sculpted. Now I'm going to use my highlight, and I'm using the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Prismatic Amethyst this week. I can't get it out of the little container here. It's stuck. Oops, I'm dropping all kinds of stuff behind you guys, making a horrendous noise. So here's the Becca highlighter that I'm using this week. It's the purple toned one. I love this highlighter. I think it's beautiful. It works really good for eyeshadow looks too. If you want to try this on your eyes, it looks gorgeous. So I'm just going to highlight my cheeks, and I'm going to take it up my temple just a tad over here, just to give some luminosity, and then do the same thing on this side. I don't feel like this leaves like a terrible white cast or anything, like, because I know some people were saying it makes their cheeks look white, but I definitely can see where it can do that if you put too much on. But for me, I think if I go with a light hand, I think it looks good. So now I'm going to do it down my nose. I think it's just a beautiful highlight though. I love it. I love the way it looks outside, especially when you're outside. It has such the colors to it. Like you can see a purple, you can see like a pink, and it's just really pretty outside. Now I need to finish my under eyes. So I'm going to go back into that palette that I was just using, and I need a new brush here. I think I lost my brush again. How do I lose so many brushes? Okay, so I'm going to go back into that palette so I can do my under eyes, so I can put a little bit of color there. So I'm going to go back into the Nars palette, and I think I'm going to go with this burgundy shade right here. Not with burgundy. Orange shade. That's not burgundy. I am colorblind or something. It's like a copper shade. You just got to be careful when you do shades like that have a lot of orange and reds to them under your eyes, because sometimes they can make your eyes look red. So I'm going to do it like this now, and then I may blend it out with a little bit more of a brown shade, so it doesn't make my eyes look like I have bloodshot eyes or anything. So now I'm going to go with the darker shade up here, and I'm just going to kind of run it along with it. I'm taking it all the way in too. I typically don't take it all the way in, but I'm going to today. So there it is. And there's how that looks. I love these colors in this palette. The palette is just gorgeous. I really want the new Natasha Denona Sunset palette. That one looks so pretty, but gosh, her stuff's so expensive. Okay, now I just need lips and we're done, guys. So today I'm going to use the Meet Matte Hughes in the shade, What shade are we using today? Committed. So we're going to use Committed today. I think these are really nice. They're kind of like, if you have dry lips though, I would be careful, because if they get onto your lips and they're very dry, I do notice they will kind of stick to your dry patches. But, and they have a minty scent to them, and they do tingle. Not really tingle. You can definitely feel the mintiness. These are definitely pretty long lasting too. I feel like they last a long time. They kind of stain your lips a little bit, so I really do like these. I think they're nice, but I think that these are something that, even though they are kind of long lasting, you still want to kind of carry those with you just in case, so you can do touch up throughout the day. Other than that, that is the final look for the Get Ready With Me. I'd love to know if you've tried any of these products and whether you liked them or you didn't. I'd love to know your thoughts or your opinions on them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.